Hi, you guys. Russ, Carrington, Real Talk Real Estate, here to bring you real renovation projects throughout the DMV. Here to take you with me inside. Look, I'm here with my man, Gardner, on his beautiful suburban masterpiece.
Where you get that from?
Yeah, you. I'm telling you, man. So look, I know your history, man, so I already know where you come from. So we're going to kind of give people a little explanation about that part, get into that. But I really want to go about this one, so I really want to figure out, like, what was your vision for this project? How did you come about this one? Was this a part of your wholesale concern? Did you find this one doing wholesale, or is this something that you just found on the market, or what was your motivation for this project? How did you find this project?
Well, for some reason, for the last couple of years, I've gotten all of my deals off market. People call me saying, you got a property for sale. I know somebody with a property that is selling, somebody died, whatever, and these deals like fall on my lap. So
tell us what is off market?
So off market is, you got the MLS, you got houses that are on the market sold by a realtor, but then you have houses that are not on the market. It might be an estate sale, somebody died, left the house, so on and so forth. Anything that's not on the market.
Okay.
And I like these deals because you can get better deals that way. You don't have the competition of everybody clamoring to buy these properties. You can kind of write your own, you can do better negotiation because the seller is more at the sell to you because they don't have so many people coming at them to sell.
Okay.
And you can kind of negotiate better.
So you eliminate the multiple offer type thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I know you come from the wholesale side. What made you transition from wholesale to fix and flip? I know how inspired you were when we clicked.
Yeah.
You was going to the wholesale.
Well, actually, I was fixing flip before I wholesale.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
I was doing rehabs, and I started doing rehab in about 2006.
Okay.
And I had a pretty good run until about 2008 when the market fell apart.
Right.
So I didn't know what I was going to do, but I had multiple rehabs going on, and I had to figure out how to reinvent myself.
Right.
A buddy who I introduced to real estate sometime before that told me he was doing wholesaling, and I took it and ran with it. And because I had experience in real estate already, it was kind of easy for me, and I was, I flourished in it.
Okay.
So I did that until I was able, for the next couple of years, until I was able to get back on my feet with the rehab, and the market sustained itself, and got back into
So with the market the way it is right now, right? This seems to be, let's say, a seller's market right now.
Indeed.
Would you think that going back in the wholesaling is still a good idea, or do you think the fix and flip side of it is
Well,
where it is?
me personally, I think fixing and flipping and buying and holding is real investing. It's real estate investing. And no disrespect to any wholesalers out here, but wholesaling is a means to get to the real side, to the real meat and potatoes of it. So I did wholesaling long enough to get my capital back up where I could do real rehab, real estate investing.
What's been your, what's one of your tough parts when it comes to funding those deals? You run into issues with funding them? Are those easy to get when you got off-market properties that the funding put in place, or you funding all your properties on your own?
Well, I use, and I wanted to answer something else, but I'll go back to it. With funding, I use hard money.
Okay.
And you'll find different opinions on hard money. Some people like it, some people don't.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, hard money is a high interest rate loan where they pay for acquisition and repairs.
Right.
But you might range anywhere from an interest rate of 10%. Some you might find something low as 8.5%, somewhere around there,
Right.
which is rare,
Right.
all the way up to 19%.
Right.
With 2 or 3, 4, 5 percentage points.
Right.
And that can be expensive. But my take on it is, if I have somebody who's gonna fund my deal, fund the rehab, and I can walk away with a check of 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 in 6 to 9 months, hey, charge me what you need to charge me. Because I know everybody needs to get paid.
Right.
Now some guys would rather.
Now, do you like to deal with hard money locally, or do you like to deal with hard money out of town?
Well,
that's been another controversy in the DMV area, is some of the hard money that's locally cap the dollar amount that they're going to lend because they're so familiar with the market.
Yeah.
The out-of-state hard money resources seem to be able to open floodgates up for Maryland to be able to say, yeah, go out and go. We'll just do what they call aerial appraisals versus hard numbers right here. You like to deal with a local hard money lender, or do you have a preference on one?
Well, I've never done a deal with out-of-state hard money lender. My hard money lender, I've dealt with multiple hard money lenders, but the hard money lender that I've been dealing with for the last couple of years, we built a relationship. They got a title company. I've done over 100 deals with them. So we forged a relationship, got a great relationship.
They know your quality.
They know my quality work. They know what I'm going to put out. They know what I expect.
Right.
I know what they expect. So we understand each other.
Okay.
It's pretty easy that way.
Okay.
I flirted with out-of-state lender, and I was going to do some deals with them. They had a better rate than my guys, and the terms were pretty lax. But then COVID came and kind of threw everything around. So I didn't do a deal with them.
Okay, so give me this. On your portfolio, I advise new fix and flip per people to stay with smaller box with fix and flip property. You have a detached property. You have a preference on which one you like to do. You say you with row houses, townhouses.
That's a great question.
Do you deal with detached only? What's been your preference?
Well, I usually have it. This is my first, and I've done a bunch of rehab, but they're usually in the city. This is my first single family flip.
Okay.
The reason is, so I used to love, and I still do love flips in the city, but there has been a heavy influx, I don't know, of new investors or people who stumbled upon money. So now they're driving the prices up. So, I used to love, I love the Charles Village area. I had a lot of success in the Charles Village area. And I think I had, so to go back to one of the questions you asked, I grew up in the Charles Village area. My grandmother lived on Guilford Avenue. So the people in the community watched me grow. And at an early age, I was doing real estate. I was working with real estate. So they would see me dealing with houses. So as my grandmother's friends, the people who my grandmother knew in the church, the older ladies in the community, as they started getting sick and passing, they would contact me and say, well, look, I got this house, it might be a family member, whatever, I got this house, would you like to buy? So I started buying everything I could in that neighborhood. And I had loads of success. And I like doing those houses because, after you do a few houses the same, you pretty much know what it's going to,
what it takes.
You know everything.
Feasibility get easy.
Right. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just go ahead and follow your blueprint. But I also, so I love that area. I also love that 21239, 21218 area, like off of Lot Raven and Northern Parkway. I mean, off the Lot Raven and Alameda corridors, the 3-bedroom row house. All of them are the same.
It's good money.
And the thing about it is they're easy rehab. So people often come to me and say, "Well, I want to start rehabbing. Where should I start?" For years, I would say start in 21239 because the neighborhoods, they're mostly homeowner neighborhoods, and if they're renters, they're working class renters. They might be school teachers, people work for social security.
First time.
Right.
It's easy to get out of those kind of
and it's a sense of pride in those neighborhoods. So they keep the lawns manicured. Everybody's respectful. People want to live in those neighborhoods. Like you say, first time buyers love to be around there. So
it's easy for both sides.
First
time flippers and first time investors. First time homeowners. You only got 2 walls to work on.
Exactly. And it's brick, so you have to put signs and stuff. Like it's very simple.
These detaches get extensive. You gotta know to build concepts. You run into things that you don't run into
Exactly.
on a row house. You know, and that's the one thing we talk about some of the other interviews that we did, explaining to people that, you know, you have to know, design, and build a concept. You have to have done enough deals to know what you're ready to run into to go touch it. So I kind of skirt those people from doing that.
Absolutely. I definitely wouldn't recommend a first time rehab doing a single family because, I mean, like you said, it's a lot of things you can run into that you're unfamiliar with.
4 walls. You got 4 walls in there with fronts, backs, sides.
And
it's a different
4 walls, interior and exterior.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, so yeah, I love those city row houses because, you know, you got 2 walls and they're small and they're not that old.
What was one of your hiccups in this particular? What was something that you ran into that was surprising to you that you didn't have on a single family? What was something in this one that caught you off guard that you guys had to say?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, the first hiccup I had was a bad contract. So, and you know that'll kill you. Like it was like grand opening, grand closing. They came in, real fast, did the demo, they knocked out the demo. Like, oh, these guys are good, and they were trying to sell me, and then they ran out of gas, man. That engine started sputtering, and you know, it got to the point where I had to stop the bleed. So they started in January. They went strong in January. They promised that they were going to be finished in 6 weeks. I said, oh, okay, this sounds good. I don't know how they was going to do it, but I said, well, I'm going to take the word for it. Around February, they started slowing down. March, they disappeared. And, you know, I had to sever the relationship, so I had to call in my guns and, you know, use the guys that I usually use. And I'm just trying to try something new, see, because you can never have a big enough team and enough contracts because you never know what's going to happen. You might have multiple projects and so on and so forth. So that was a hurdle.
How do you keep that intact? How do you keep that engaged? How do you control your budget? So you work off the spreadsheets. I know everybody on the hard money side has raw schedules and stuff. So how do you keep your budget in control? Do you manage your projects? You manage it yourself?
Yeah, I manage.
So you go off the spreadsheet and you say, itemize, this is going to cost this, this is going to cost this, this is going to cost this.
Well, you know,
or do you leave it up to the contractor?
No, we work together. And I guess my system is a bit antiquated because I don't have spreadsheets. I write things down. I got a book that I have all my business stuff in it. And I've had this book for probably about 6 years, 6, 7 years. And I started when I was at a really rough spot in business. I lost my job and I was listening to positive affirmations every day and writing affirmations down. So this book has been with me for the last 6, 7 years. And I mean, I look now where I started, the things I want to do, and every year I will write, you know, my New Year goals, and you know, but I look and I've made probably close to $1 million with this book. So you know, but I keep copious notes.
So you gotta share the book. You gotta share the notes.
No.
Yeah, you gotta share. It's notes from the pros, man. That's what next book comes.
Okay.
So you gotta share the notes, man. You gotta share it, man.
Yeah.
Give some of the little things that you ran across to get you to the next level.
Yeah.
And we find that a lot of new investors can come in. The contractors get them. They get them on the first draw. They get them to the second draw, and again, they run out of gas. But they're not proven guys who have done a number of deals in it. Even the contractors have.
And in addition to that, just because somebody is licensed doesn't mean they're good. You know, and I hate to say it, but it's a lot of licensed guys out here who are trash.
How about that?
You know, then you got some unlicensed guys who are great. And I don't know, I got a guy and he is spectacular. And I've been saying to him for years, like, you need to get licensed. Like, you'll have so many more opportunities. But don't just because somebody's licensed, don't think that they're the end all be all because they'll screw you. Just like anybody else. You research that name and you look at the Brown Judiciary Caser, they got all kinds of things against it. Yeah, man. Right. But you know, even though this is probably my most expensive project. And you know, my biggest project as far as, because I'm used to doing row houses. I enjoyed this the most because I much.
Right.
And
that's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
And you know, I think it's really important to learn from your failures.
Right.
And to allow you, make sure that your failures don't become a failure. Like this could have been a failure if I threw my hands up,
Right.
or if I let it get the best of me, but I just had to keep working through it because.
And you get sharper. You get sharper. You see things. I don't care how many houses you do, how many houses you finish. Yeah, you're gonna come back in the house like, God, I could have did that wall better.
Yeah.
That wall could have went over here. We could have added some other light fixtures in here. We could have every project. Like every project. I don't care what dollar level it's at. Every fix and flip project is like that. I don't care how good you are. You're gonna come through the house and see something in that house that you're like, that's ceilings. I should have did that right. I should have did that. And this was a total gut, right?
Yeah.
This house was you ripped everything out.
Oh yeah.
Opened everything.
Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, it was a wall right here. It was a real small kitchen. This is probably ended right here. I opened it up because you know everybody looks at the open concept, and I was trying to modernize it.
You have certain features that you put in, like some of our houses, like we specifically put in slow close cabinets. That's like one of my picks. I want specific things in my house. I want only LG appliances in my house. Do you have something like that that you are specific about? It doesn't matter who's on the project for you. You want this in the house.
Well, you know what?
Is it a J Gardner niche that you have? You like, I gotta have everything. I gotta have it. What's your signature piece that you gotta have in my house?
Well, you know, so that's a great question. And what I said is a couple years ago, I'm going to just take a blueprint and put it in all the houses. But in every house I go in, I get different inspiration, especially when I'm not doing the same run-of-the-mill row house that I've been doing. Like this one, I was really able to get creative because it was a larger palette. And I was able to really just go nuts with the design. Now, one thing I have been doing the last few rehabs, I've been doing navy blue doors. And my wife is in design. We just all look at stuff and bounce ideas off each other. And she showed me a navy blue door online probably about 2 years ago. And I just fell in love and I started doing navy blue doors, no matter what color the house is. And people fell in love with it. And then I just happened to be looking through something, and the navy blue that I was using ended up being the color of the year. So I'm using navy blue doors. Yeah, I do soft close, supposed to be brand stainless steel. I don't have a particular brand of stainless steel. I mean, appliance, because I gotta go with what's available. You might say you want an LG, but you know
you buy what's on sale, or you buy?
Yeah, I mean, I buy what's on sale was nice. I try to make everything match. But if I'm an LG fan and I can only find Whirlpool, I'm not going to not put the appliance in because I want just LG. Now it's been and I don't know if you run into this, but there's been a shortage of available appliances because I'm not buying them, and I'm trying my best not to buy them in Lowe's and Home Depot and big top dollar for them. I'm trying to find them,
So you search around.
I said,
You do that with your light fixtures and all that stuff. You go, like we've gotten away from buying light fixtures from Lowe's or Home Depot. We've been going like Wayfair. We've been like searching for like
because you don't want to look like everybody else. And so I'll buy my building materials and stuff from a Lowe's or Home Depot. But when it comes to design, I'm going other places because I don't want to look like the run-of-the-mill rehab.
Have you gotten your times down to how long it takes you from beginning to end on your flips? Have you narrowed it down? I want this project to be finished in 90 days. I want to be on the market in 90. I want to be on the market in 60. Have you gotten it down to that part? Or is it still based on whatever property you do?
Well, I have based on my model of doing row houses. Now this one was a little bigger, and then I ran into some obstacles with the contractor. So it threw my budget off, and it threw my timeline off. So where this was supposed to be a 3-month project, it's been like a 6-7 month project. But like you say, you learn. You learn. Every process should be a learning process. And so one thing that I did different on the latter part of this project, because usually I would get the contractor and just pay him for the job, and kind of sit back and let him. We would, when it comes time to finishes and stuff, we would bounce ideas off each other. But I kind of give him the autonomy to just go go ahead and run with it.
Okay.
On this one, when I got the second contract, I said, I'll pay you for the labor, and I want to do everything. I want to pick all the materials, pick all the finishes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he gave me a real hands-on approach to this rehab. So I'm in
the finishes out for the fixing on those sinks and tubs, so you can go yourself.
Yeah. And I was able to learn more because now I'm hands-on with all the intricacies of what goes on, stuff that I might not know when I'm just paying a one flat rate.
That's interesting you saying that, right? Because I'm talking to somebody who's been doing this for a number of years. You're not new to fix and flip. You're not new to real estate, and you still saying today that you still learn. And you still learn. Actually, one of the things I know you was excited about, right? And I seen on some of your advertising, your social media advertising, like you were really excited about this driveway. When the dump truck came, you lost your mind.
Hey man, it was like Christmas, man.
Oh crap, man. What was going on with the driveway?
No, because listen, I feel like it's so important to put out a finished product, and I did all this on the inside, and I'm over budget. My timeline is screwed up, and I really want to go on the market, but the driveway was trash. It was all crumbled up and weeds growing out of it, and I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to do it, and I knew it would make the curb appeal totally different, when you pull up. So
you need to drive a dump truck.
No, I should have though. I wanted to ask you, but I didn't want to get turned down.
I see it out there amped up on the driveway.
Listen, man, it's like Christmas Day. When I pulled up and I seen that big dump truck outside and that nice pretty asshole that you eat off of, I said, yes, sir.
I'm laughing though. I see it so beautiful. I was like, he is losing his mind.
Yes.
If your daughter was saying that, looking like, Dad, calm down.
I was super excited.
Calm down. Yeah, curb appeal is important. And you gotta have, that's one of the things I think we all kind of suffer with when you deal with inner city properties, urban properties, is we don't have the curb appeal part. We got the front doors and windows, but we don't get to do the landscape part of it. Like that's something, another tool that we just don't have in our arsenal is the gardening part of it. Learning how to do the outsides and fix those up. That's a tough one. I mean, if you get a semi-detached, you can play with it a little bit. Yeah, you can play with it a little bit, but dealing with interior row houses is kind of tough. We have to get that exposure with that. But it looks like you did a good job putting this together, though.
Oh, thank you.
You was outside playing yourself?
Oh yeah, listen. I went to the nursery. I got my mother, she got a green thumb. We went to the nursery. Yeah, man, it's a family affair. So I bought all the flowers, went to the nursery. I went to the wherever and bought the mulch. I put mulch in my brand new 2020 truck. You're like, you doing that? You put that in that? But I said, listen.
I think that's the second thing I couldn't stop laughing. Because I know when you bought the truck, and I think we ran into each other, you looked cute in the truck. Why buy another truck when I know I'm working? I'm going to be working the truck. It's going to get dense. It's going to get rusted. I'm like, I'm carrying lumber. I'm going to show people pictures. I'm carrying lumber from National Lumber in my truck. Like, I never thought I would be there. I bought my truck so I can drive the truck, not to go work the truck. But when you're in this game, you don't have no choice. Right. You will call somebody home.
And I said I wasn't, I'm not going to put y'all in that truck, but I said, if it wasn't for me doing this stuff, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Nothing. So, it's a game. You mess it up and buy new.
So I got one question for you, man. I know your wife probably laughed at this, but have you woke up with a nightmare that they're talking in your sleep?
Oh, I've been doing it for years. What?
This game is crazy, right? Like, wait a minute, get the dirt out the ground.
Yeah, it's crazy. You sleeping, running through scenarios in your mind. You trying to solve problems in your sleep. But I tell you what, I love it. Like I love this stuff. When I had a job, I would watch the clock. I would start watching the clock at noon. I was a school teacher, so I get off on 3:30. At noon, I'm watching the clock, counting down to 3 o'clock. Couldn't wait to run out the door. I'm running out the door with the kids.
Right.
With this, I might be in here at 3 in the morning, and I'm cool. Like I love it. This is my element.
You wouldn't be nothing else.
No. And then on top of it, when it's all said and done, decent envelope to walk with.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, so,
No doubt.
I mean,
No doubt. How many flips you think you do in a year? What's your number? You have a target? Like what you like to do a year?
Well, I try to do at least 1 a quarter.
Okay, all right, that's good money.
I would like to do 5 to 10. Last year I did 6.
That's good money.
Yeah, this year I only did 3.
Okay, well we got COVID, so you can't.
Yeah.
You can't mess your portfolio up on that.
Right.
Yeah, COVID has smacked everybody around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. You stay keep with 5 to 6 a year. That's good money.
Yeah.
That's good money. If anybody can play with 5 or 6, they pretty. Like my real biggest goal at this point, I think we've done enough flips throughout the city, throughout the state. My biggest goal right now is to try to do $1 million flip.
Oh man.
That's my goal. I want to do $1 million net flip, not $1 million sale. I've done a $1 million sale. I want to do a $1 million net flip. You know, that's my goal, man. So when I get out, that'll be my cap on the ice.
Yeah, well, keep pushing. You will.
Yeah, man. Look, I keep watching y'all, man. I'm like,
Well, you know, you watch me, but I watched you for years, though. You the OG in this.
No, man. I'm coming back out of this, man. I got 2 more years and I'm done, man. I ain't doing this no more.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna do this. This is what's going right. All right, Jamal, man. Thank you, man, for letting us come out, man. I appreciate you.
It's been my pleasure.
We're coming back, brother, for the next one. Plus, we want to come back and post this one. This one's already sold already, man.
Let's go.
48 hours, man.
Yeah, or less.
Okay, you guys, this was a really good one. Be sure to visit us at AskRussCarrington.com and also follow us at Real Talk Real Estate with Russ Carrington on all the social media platforms. And please subscribe as soon as you can. See you soon.